Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday, May 28, 2021. Let's start off with this. It's an incredible thing, really. So we just found out that personal incomes are not rising. Imagine my surprise. Actually falling in April. However, people continue to borrow and spend. It's not a good recipe here. But again, people are desperate and they want to maintain a certain lifestyle no matter what they have to do. So the knee-jerk reaction here is to borrow, and then borrow more, digging themselves into a very deep hole. But what else would you expect in this kind of environment? And that's it. That's where it's going to go. That's where we are going here. Now, let's move forward. I explained to you yesterday that economic indicators, those that reflect coming inflation, not even current inflation that's coming our way, all of them are pinned higher. As a matter of fact, a 2-decade high, which means that, the narrative of inflation just miraculously going away, by Federal Reserve president after Federal Reserve president, it's all transitory, is just all bullshit, okay? They know for a fact that a lot more inflation is coming. The dollar is going to be wiped out in its current form by design. Speaking of the dollar, this morning the dollar is higher. Let's keep on that for a second. So you get the dollar higher, crude oil getting bid higher, on its way to 70 and higher, you know that. 10-year yield nudging higher as well, which means cash is leaving the debt market. And what does that mean? It's going to go into the stock market, and stock futures right now are higher, pointing towards gains at the open. It's an amazing thing. It's crazy to watch how this is unfolding. But what, again, would we expect when we have central banks, none more so than the Fed, buying it all? And will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. And again, this environment is creating legions of zombified people who, although they are earning less, are borrowing more. And that, again, must continue as the Fed continues to run its inflation machine. Everything, costs more based in dollars, of course. And they got to continue to borrow even more to maintain their current lifestyle. And this is just going to hurt people moving forward on a massive scale. And again, it's not by accident, none of this. Let's move forward here. Gold and silver right now are under a little bit of pressure. Cryptocurrencies are under pressure here. But again, I don't care. My take is you need to be in these kinds of assets. I think they're on sale. With regard to gold and silver, please, if you haven't done it yet, look up the Dow gold ratio, which stands at about 18 right now, and the gold silver ratio, which stands at about 66 right now. And it should at least shed some light on why I have been saying since time immemorial that these things are in an inverse bubble. And their price action has no bearing on reality whatsoever, and we know why. With regard to cryptocurrencies, look, these things are extremely volatile, people. This is nothing new. 20, 30% swings within a day are normal for cryptocurrencies. And I still remain a bull here. I will not change my stance. I will not change it. I will use any dips in cryptocurrencies as a buying opportunity. This is how I'm working it, okay? It doesn't mean it has to work for you. You do what you think is right after doing your own research, like I always say. With regard to gold and silver, people, look, This is the biggest no-brainer in the history of the world. If we understand what central banks are doing, their goal is to inflate way more than we're seeing right now. The issues of inflation, the inflation forward-looking indicators, all pinned to the high side. I mean, this is bad. It should be a no-brainer to you that you need to be out of the dollar. You need to be allocating funds into precious metals, in my view. Again, do your own research. Physical silver is still my favorite asset of all time. I will not change. I will not change. I am the most steady player in this market that you will probably ever find. And until something dramatic happens, I will not change my stance with regard to the stock market, precious metals, cryptocurrencies. It's just, getting out of the dollar. This is it. This is where I am at. And this strategy has worked. It has worked. I've been buying Bitcoin since around 3,000. I again recommended buying it at 5,000, at 10,000, at 15,000. We're still like $35,000 or $36,000. And will it fall more? Maybe it will. But again, I don't even think about it. I don't think about the price action of gold and silver because it's not real. I'm in this stuff for the long run. Same thing with cryptocurrencies for me. With regard to the market, yes, this is where, I kind of move money around in the market. But with regard to the other assets, I'm kind of a buy and hold guy. You understand? Anyway, and you do in this environment with regard to the stock market, you need to be also I like large cap stocks, large capitalization companies that pay dividends. I mean, take advantage of every single angle you possibly can. Look, we must be ready for what's coming down the pike. Okay, we understand the market is massively overvalued. It makes no sense. It's kind of frightening, I guess, for some to be in the market because we understand that, none of this can be sustained. But if you have the ability, let's say, for example, you're using your own cash to invest in through a brokerage, you can pull that cash out any moment you want to. You're not stuck as in a 401k or something like that. And that's my grand plan. I will be on the long end of this market until something dramatic happens, okay? With regard to the other assets, they are risk off. Gold is risk off. Silver is risk off. And cryptocurrencies too is risk off in my view, meaning they're massively undervalued. Massively undervalued. And yes, cryptocurrency is massively undervalued right now. And in my opinion, again, this is a buying opportunity of a lifetime until regulation comes. If they regulate it here in the United States, that will change my perspective. But until that time, I'm not going to change my perspective, and you all know that. So pretty much that's it. What did we find out today? Personal income's dropping, yet borrowing and spending has gone up. This is a sad scenario as people are struggling to maintain a lifestyle they had before. And reflects right back on what I've explained for the longest time. Prior members of the middle class are going to fall through the cracks to the lower rung as this creation of a new feudal system, two-tier society, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. And look, this has been going on. It's in our face. The rich and the well-off could not possibly be doing better than they are right now. Middle-class people struggling big time. And those at the lower rung, they're already done. So, I mean, this is literally what's happening. I don't have to tell you that. All right, with that said, people, that's it. Important video, in my view. Please share the video. I count on you because I am not on a single social network anymore. No Facebook. I got banned from Twitter. I got banned from LinkedIn. I'm done. So I rely on you to get my work out there. And please, I really do appreciate those thumbs up. If you like my work, my videos, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I'm out of here. I will see you at the end of the day. See you later.